Hey everybody, what's up? Every now and then I come across a really shitty article, and this one just happened to be about Guns N' Roses, and I happen to be Canadian. So I want to talk to you guys about this article that just showed up on citypages.com. They have an article about 5 reasons to skip Guns N' Roses and see Nickelback instead. And being Canadian, there's two things that we're really sorry for, one of which is Nickelback, and the other one is Justin Bieber. And you know what? I bought my Guns N' Roses tickets for their 2017 tour that's going to be rolling through my town. As painful as it was to spend all that money, which was a lot of money on Guns N' Roses tickets, I've never seen them live. I've seen Slash live, but I'm really dying to see my favorite band. And I don't know how anybody can put Nickelback and Guns N' Roses in the same sentence, but somehow this article managed to do it. So this guy claims he was late to the party, or a gal. I guess it's a guy. His name's Corey. He said, I was late to the party. He said Appetite for Destruction was a few years old when he came around to understanding that Slash's guitar in Rocket Queen was personally blessed by the Almighty. So he's pretty complimentary towards Slash. Now, he said it's better late than never to recognize rock gods, whether it's on your iPod on the treadmill early in the morning or a chain of songs on YouTube while cooking supper between Appetite and Use Your Illusions. Maybe 15 songs remain in heavy rotation for me. For me, it's more like 30 Guns N' Roses songs remain in heavy rotation for me on my iPod. Now, he was looking at 2017 summer shows that have been announced at the US Bank Stadium, Minneapolis, and he basically summarized why you should see Nickelback over Guns N' Roses. Now, number one is Nickelback is loyal to the Nickelback brand. He said, "I can defend the flutes and Axl jumping off an aircraft carrier and swimming pools with purpose and swimming with porpoises." Or he just said dolphins, as he does in the Estranged music video, but Axl's actions in recent times have been the stuff of rock sacrilege for other reasons. His ruining Shoot to Thrill and Thunderstruck as AC/DC's imposter frontman in 2016, subbing the Forsaken Brian Johnson warrants throwing away forever his copy of Use Your Illusion 2. I got to disagree with this, guys. I think Axl filling in for AC/DC was a pleasant surprise. I thought it was going to be a disaster given the shape that Axl's voice has been in the last couple of years. But I got to say, I think he sings better in AC/DC than he does with Guns these days. And you know what? I think he did a great job on with AC/DC, and I think a majority of people would say he did as well. He also said, "You'd never see Chad Kroeger standing in for fellow Canadian band Rush's Geddy Lee, would you?" That's because he never entertained the idea, not for all the Stanley Cup rings in the world. And by the way, I'm a huge Rush fan too, being Canadian. He said, number two, GN'R is not aged well. Have you had a chance to listen to any online audio bites of Axl's voice over time? That which was once gold starting to sound like rust around Bill Clinton's presidency. And he basically was saying, well, Nickelback songs, Chad Kroeger's voice is not going to sound that bad. And he does make a point, dropping $876 plus fees for a pair of GN'R tickets would basically entitle the ticket holder act surprised when Axl butchers Welcome to Jungle live. Now, I got to be, to be fair, Axl's voice on Welcome to Jungle is actually pretty good, even these days. There's some songs I've heard on the reunion tour from YouTube that don't sound as good, especially Paradise City, You Could Be Mine. He's singing a lot like Mickey Mouse. A lot of that raspiness is gone, but, he's aged, 20 years since he sang those songs in his prime. Number three, he said Nickelback are better people. He said everyone loves Slash, but he said he brought up the 1 in a Million song. And, a lot of people want to point to 1 in a Million, and sure, it has really bad lyrics that they probably should have never written. But, Axl came out and said that, he wrote the song from the perspective of somebody who was new to LA, and he didn't really understand there was all these different people around. And I gotta say, 1 in a Million is not a personal favorite song of mine. I've only heard it a handful of times. And, he goes on to say that the guys from Nickelback are all good Canadians, humanitarians, so forth. But, for me, as somebody who wants to be entertained, I don't care if they're humanitarian or not. I just want to listen to good music, and Nickelback is not good music. It's generic crap that play on the radio here. And being somebody from Canada, especially in Alberta, Nickelback is treated like radio gods on the rock radio stations. Like, whenever they're advertising on TV, they always show a picture of Nickelback, which is just some reason I don't get it. Number four, he said it's humanly possible to take modern day Axl. It's humanly impossible to take a modern day Axl seriously. Back in their heyday, Axl could have weighed more than a buck 10 couldn't have weighed more than $110 sweaty, but still looked badass in his wool kilt just below the leather boots. Their heyday is long gone. I will agree that, you know what, Axl's fashion choices lately haven't been that great. You know, he's got all that bling, he's got the ripped up jeans and the hats he's wearing a lot of. He doesn't look as badass as he used to, but I gotta say, I would take his the new Axl seems a lot better than the old Axl. He's not showing up late. He's actually getting along with his bandmates. You know, what more do you want? Number 5, he says, for the love of Steven Adler, you must not. He said Adler was a man about whom Izzy Stradlin, another founding member, said Adler's sense of swing was the push and pull that gave the songs their feel. And I got to agree, Steven Adler to me is the best drummer for Guns N' Roses. I think Matt Sorum was a good drummer too, although his drumming at times maybe felt like it was listening to a drum machine. But Frank's drumming is just so terrible. Like, I listened to Estranged from one of the shows they did in the States, and just like Frank's playing is too fast. The fills just don't seem proper. Like, Matt Storm's fills, like in Estranged, are something I've grown up with and I've learned to love over the years. But then having like Frank come and play like a different kind of beat to it, throwing in fills that really shouldn't be there, fills that feel really rushed, it just throws off the song for me. Now, I've heard a lot of people say that his drumming's gotten a lot better. He's slowed down his drumming. It's not as quick as it was when they started the tour. So, I mean, I'm still looking forward to seeing them, but I usually like to watch the drummer when I'm playing, whenever I'm, going to a concert, because I play drums myself. But yeah, I'm no fan of Frank's, but you know what? Never would I ever say that Nickelback is worth seeing over Guns N' Roses. I would never even go see Nickelback, even if their concert was free. So let me know your guys' thoughts. I've linked to the entire article if you guys want to go check it out. That does it for this video. Thanks for watching, guys. And as always, make sure you subscribe for the latest Guns N' Roses news. Take care.